Welcome to Top List, your neon-lit gateway to worlds where tech tempts, corporations pull the strings, and rebels fight to take their futures back. Tonight, we dive into rain-slick streets, humming servers, and dazzling skylines as we count down the top 20 best cyberpunk movies of all time. Expect sleek androids, black market upgrades, rogue AIs, and stories that ask what it really means to be human when the lines keep blurring. Every pick earns its place, and the deeper we go, the sharper the edge gets. So stick with us to the very end to see which film claims the crown. If you love discovering new favorites or revisiting stone-cold classics, tap like and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you see the hype button, give it a boost. It helps the channel more than you know. Ready to jack in? Let's begin. 20th place. Johnny Mnemonic, 1995. Keanu Reeves plays a human hard drive in a grimy future where megacorporations rule and a tech-related plague spreads through the streets. He's a courier who stores secret data in a brain implant, then takes on a job that pushes that implant past its limits, turning a simple drop into a desperate race through neon alleys and virtual traps. The story comes from cyberpunk pioneer William Gibson, who also wrote the screenplay, and the film is set in the then-near year 2021, which gives its fears about viruses, corporate power, and information overload an eerie bite today. Over time, it picked up a cult following, helped by a longer Japanese cut and a later black and white edition closer to the director's vision. 19th place. Alita Battle Angel, 2019. In a world of scrap and sky cities, a forgotten cyborg wakes up with a new body and a fighting spirit that won't quit. Alita learns fast, loves hard, and punches through anyone who underestimates her, turning a personal mystery into a full-throttle quest. Director Robert Rodriguez leans on James Cameron's world-building and cutting-edge performance capture to make Alita feel startlingly alive, with Rosa Salazar's expressions driving the character under layers of digital craft. The movie adapts the classic manga and mixes street-level grit with soaring, high-tech myth-making. Those oversized eyes sparked debate, but they also made her unforgettable, a hero built to stand out in a sea of clones. 18th place. Hackers, 1995. This neon-drenched time capsule turns modem screeches and command lines into a wild, stylish adventure. A crew of teen prodigies rides rollerblades and code through a conspiracy that's bigger than their screens, speaking a language that felt like the future in 1995. The plot is pulpy, the visuals are pure attitude, and Angelina Jolie and Johnny Lee Miller became icons for a generation discovering the internet. It flopped at first, then found a second life at midnight screenings and on fan playlists, powered by an all-timer electronic soundtrack featuring Orbital, The Prodigy, Underworld, and Left Field. Love it or laugh with it, the movie's swagger and hack the planet energy never really aged. 17th place. Brazil, 1985. Welcome to a dreamlike bureaucratic nightmare where ducks snake through every wall and paperwork can ruin a life faster than any bomb. Terry Gilliam builds a dizzying world of gray offices, humming machines, and tiny rebellions, following an ordinary clerk who wants something more than the system allows. The movie's look is breathtaking, mixing retro tech with surreal flights of fantasy that crack the concrete of this cold society. Its release became a legend of its own, with a studio pushing a shorter, happy version, while Gilliam fought for the darker cut that audiences now celebrate. Brazil endures because it feels both absurd and familiar, a warning wrapped in dazzling imagination. 16th place. Elysium, 2013. The year is 2154, and the world is split in two. Crowded Earth down below, and a shining ring in the sky where the rich live longer, safer, cleaner lives. Neil Blomkamp turns this divide into a muscular thriller, with Matt Damon's desperate mission pushing through exosuits, drones, and brutal security walls. The imagery sticks, especially the pristine space habitat inspired by classic NASA concepts, a paradise built just out of reach. Action hits hard, but it's the simple idea that lingers. A door locked to most of humanity. Elysium doesn't lecture. It shows a future that feels one cruel decision away, then asks who gets to decide. 15th place. Upgrade, 2018. A brutal mugging leaves a blue-collar mechanic paralyzed until a secretive inventor implants a whispering microchip that can move his body better than he ever could. What starts as a fight to stand again becomes a ruthless quest for payback, with every step blurring the line between man and machine. Director Lee Winnell shoots the action like a live-wire nightmare. The camera locks to the hero's body as he snaps into impossible stances and dispatches attackers with surgical force. It's lean, nasty, and surprisingly clever about how technology promises control while quietly taking it away. Made on a small budget, the film looks far bigger than it should, and its final twist lands like a punch. 14th place. The Terminator, 1984. Before the sequels and catchphrases, there was a stark late-night chase through rain-slicked Los Angeles. A steel-eyed assassin from a machine-ruled future arrives with one mission: erase the mother of a man who hasn't been born yet. James Cameron directs with relentless momentum, turning alleyways, nightclubs, and motel rooms into battlegrounds where fate and free will collide. Arnold Schwarzenegger's implacable presence and Brad Feidel's pounding synth score make the film feel like a nightmare you can't wake from. Shot for a fraction of a blockbuster's budget, it became a surprise hit and a landmark of sci-fi action, proving that a fierce idea and precision craft can outgun spectacle. 13th place. The Fifth Element, 1997. In a riot of neon skies and flying taxis, a battle-weary cabbie crosses paths with a mysterious young woman who might be the key to saving Earth. Luc Besson builds a pop opera future where every frame pops. Skyscrapers stacked like totems, aliens in couture, a cruise ship that turns into a war zone. The world feels hand-built and glamorous because it is, shaped by legendary artists like Mobius and Jean-Claude Mézières, with Jean-Paul Gaultier designing hundreds of wild, unforgettable costumes. Mila Jovovich's flame-haired hero became an icon, even after the production had to swap her damaged, dyed hair for a wig mid-shoot. Love it or argue with it, few sci-fi films dare to be this playful and grand. 12th place. Dark City, 1998. A man wakes with no memories in a city that never sees daylight, hunted by pale strangers who can freeze time and rearrange streets like furniture. Alex Proyas crafts a hypnotic noir of shifting identities, cracked memories, and towering Art Deco nightmares. Every set looks carved from shadow, every corner hiding another piece of a puzzle about who is really shaping this world. The film baffled some on release and struggled at the box office, but it grew into a cult classic. A later director's cut removed an early voiceover and let the mystery breathe, revealing how carefully the story had been built. Roger Ebert called it a great visionary achievement, and it's easy to see why. 11th place. Tron, 1982. Long before virtual reality was common talk, Disney dropped audiences inside a computer and lit the grid with glowing discs and screaming light cycles. Jeff Bridges plays a programmer pulled into a neon labyrinth where programs act like people, and gladiator games are coded in light. Director Steven Lisberger and a team of artists, including Mobius and futurist Sid Mead, fused early computer graphics with handcrafted backlit animation, creating a look that still feels singular. Only minutes of true CGI appear on screen, yet the film's bold style made it a milestone for digital effects and a prophecy of the worlds we now build online. It didn't just imagine cyberspace, it staged a duel inside it. 10th place. Videodrome, 1983. A late-night TV hustler stumbles onto a pirate broadcast that seems more real than anything on his station, and the signal begins to change him from the inside out. Director David Cronenberg blends media satire with body horror, turning televisions and videotapes into living, breathing threats. The film's look is grimy and hypnotic, full of flicker and static, and its ideas about manipulation feel eerily ahead of their time. James Woods and Debbie Harry anchor the story with sharp, unsettling performances. But the star is the way reality itself keeps sliding under your feet. Videodrome didn't top the box office, yet it became a cult landmark that still feels dangerous decades later. 9th place. eXistenZ, 1999. Cronenberg dives back into the future, where video games plug straight into the spine and the controllers look disturbingly alive. A famous designer goes on the run with a wary bodyguard, slipping between layers of virtual worlds until neither of them can say what's real. The bioports, bone guns, and fleshy consoles make this thrill ride feel intimate and unnerving, a reminder that the tech we love might be changing us as much as we change it. Jennifer Jason Leigh and Jude Law keep the film playful even as it gets weirder, and the final rug pull lingers. Long overshadowed by glossier hits, eXistenZ now plays like a sly, prescient counterpoint to The Matrix. 8th place. Minority Report, 2002. Set in Washington, D.C. in 2054, this propulsive thriller imagines a police force that stops murders before they happen, guided by 3 psychic precogs. Tom Cruise's fugitive cop races to prove his innocence as director Steven Spielberg turns high concept into relentless chase. The movie's world-building feels startlingly plausible, from driverless cars to the glove-based interface that let detectives swipe and sort visions in mid-air. That gesture system wasn't just movie magic. It came from tech advisor John Underkoffler, whose work later influenced real-world interfaces. Beneath the spectacle sits a sharp question about free will and security, and the cost of trading liberty for safety. 7th place. Dredd, 2012. In a tower block ruled by a ruthless gang, a stone-faced lawman and a rookie with psychic gifts must fight their way floor by floor to survive. Director Pete Travis keeps the story stripped to muscle and bone, while writer Alex Garland's no-nonsense script lets the action breathe. The film's calling card is slow-mo, a drug that makes violence unfold like glittering glass in midair, captured with dazzling high-speed 3D photography. Carl Urban's helmet never comes off, yet his presence dominates every corridor, turning this into a hard, mean, neon-soaked siege. Overlooked in theaters, Dredd grew into a cult favorite and a model for how to reboot a legend. 6th place. Strange Days, 1995. On the last nights of 1999 in a volatile Los Angeles, a hustler peddles illegal recordings that let buyers jack straight into another person's memories and sensations. Director Catherine Bigelow shoots the action with jolting point-of-view sequences that put you inside the thrill and the terror, while Angela Bassett's fierce resolve gives the film its heartbeat. Co-written by James Cameron, the story fuses noir tension with sharp commentary on power, corruption, and voyeurism, all inspired by the city's real-world unrest earlier in the decade. It stumbled at the box office, but its reputation has surged, and its portrait of a society addicted to experience feels more relevant every year. Fifth place. Total Recall, 1990. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a construction worker who buys a memory vacation to Mars and gets more than he bargained for. The procedure unlocks a hidden past, turning him into a target as corporations and killers close in. Director Paul Verhoeven stages the chase like a fever dream of X-rays, disguises, and violent twists, while the world itself, mines, domes, rebels, feels just plausible enough to be frightening. The story comes from Philip K. Dick's We Can Remember It For You Wholesale, and that paranoid edge powers every set piece. Decades later, its questions still land. If your memories can be edited, who are you really, and who profits from the rewrite? Fourth place. RoboCop, 1987. In a broken Detroit run by a private conglomerate, a murdered officer is reborn as a weapon in a polished chrome body. Paul Verhoeven's film works as a fierce action movie and a razor-edged satire, skewering corporate power, privatized policing, and media numbing us to violence. Peter Weller's precise physicality sells the tragedy under the armor as RoboCop begins to remember the man he was. The world around him, boardrooms, billboards, and bloodshed, plays like a dark joke with a deadly punchline. Critics praised the brains beneath the gunfire, and the film even claimed an Academy Award for its sound work, proof that pulp can be art when made with nerve and purpose. Third place. Blade Runner 2049, 2017. Decades after the original mystery, a new Blade Runner follows a clue that could upend the fragile balance between humans and engineered beings. Director Denis Villeneuve builds a world of ash skies, neon markets, and abandoned deserts where every frame feels monumental. Ryan Gosling's quiet hunt eventually intersects with Harrison Ford's haunted legend. But the real star might be Roger Deakins' images, monochrome temples of light and shadow that finally earned him a long-overdue Oscar. The film deepens the themes of memory, identity, and what it means to matter, refusing easy answers while delivering jaw-dropping spectacle. It honors a classic without repeating it, finding poetry in ruin and hope in the smallest gestures. Second place. The Matrix, 1999. A restless hacker discovers that the world he knows is a dazzling illusion, and the choice to see the truth comes at a price. The Wachowskis fuse kung fu, cyber noir, and philosophy into white-knuckle action, then reshape cinema with Bullet Time, a visual breakthrough that let heroes lean from gunfire as if bending reality itself. Keanu Reeves becomes an instantly iconic rebel, flanked by a leather-clad cadre who glide through lobbies and rooftops like avatars of freedom. The film's big questions about control, choice, and waking up hit as hard as its fights, and its innovation swept awards and pop culture alike. Few movies have changed how action looks and feels this completely. Before we reveal the film that took first place, here's our honorable mention. Metropolis, 1927. Fritz Lang's silent epic imagines a city split in two, gleaming towers for the powerful and brutal depths for the workers who keep them running. Its visions, sky bridges, humming machines, the false prophet in metallic skin, shaped nearly every sci-fi skyline that followed. For years, the film existed in incomplete form, until a near-complete print surfaced in Buenos Aires, and a major 2010 restoration premiered in Berlin, restoring lost scenes and characters, and letting modern audiences see the full scope of Lang's design. Nearly a century later, Metropolis still looks startlingly modern, a warning about inequality told in images so bold they feel carved into cinema's foundation. And in first place is Blade Runner, 1982. Rain streaks down a future Los Angeles as a weary cop hunts artificial humans who are heartbreakingly close to real. Ridley Scott blends neon noir with speculative dread, while Vangelis's synthesizers pour a melancholy glow over every rain-slick street. The film's questions about memory, empathy, and the price of playing God linger long after the last rooftop confrontation. Its path wasn't smooth. Multiple cuts circulated for years until Scott's 2007 final cut finally cemented his definitive vision, later preserved in 4K. Time has only deepened its power. Blade Runner didn't just influence science fiction, it reshaped how we imagine cities, souls, and the thin line between what is made and what is born. That's our ride through rain-slick streets and neon skylines. If you found a new favorite, please give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And if you see the hype button, tap it to boost the channel. We want to hear from you too. Drop a comment with the cyberpunk films that surprised you, moved you, or deserve a spot on our list. Want to watch the movies we featured? You'll find links to physical and digital copies in the video description. If you'd like to go further, join the channel for early access to new videos, merch discounts, and other exclusive perks. And while you're here, check out our merch store, gear for fans of neon nights and future noir that helps keep the channel rolling. Thanks for watching. See you in the next countdown.